Hello, my friends. Simon Miller from What Culture here, still in Las Vegas for AEW's Double or Nothing weekend. You have to excuse my eyes. The sun is so bright today, it's actually hurting. I've only been out here about 32 seconds. Hello, my friend. How we doing? We well? Yeah, why not? We'll do it live on a video. We've never done this before. How we doing, my man? We good?
I'm great. You're amazing. You're one of the best wrestling YouTubers, if not the best.
Thank you very much, man. I say 7 out of 10, but I appreciate that all the same.
Dude, golden up.
Thank you. Going up to you as well.
Simon Miller.
That's right, Simon. Look at that. What a crazy world. What do I even do, right? It leaves me speechless. But what we are going to do today is we're actually going to run down the card for Double or Nothing. We were at Rampage and Dynamite last night. When you see this, Rampage may not have even gone live, but I bet you've checked out the spoilers because that's what we do. So, just for the sake of convenience, we're going to start with the 21-man Blackjack Casino Battle Royal, and don't forget the winner becomes the international champion, right? Now, AEW has released all 21 people, and it's so bright I can barely see it on my phone. However, I will do my best. Now, Jay White and Juice Robinson and Ricky Starks are all in this, so we're doing that. That's one feud we're putting in there, which is a bit strange. We've got Brian Cage, we've got Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. Just want to say this, AEW, we need the singles match. I think we'd all agree right now we're going to have to do the singles match. So they're going to go in there. I'm sure they have a little something. We've got Dustin Rhodes, we've got Penta, we've got Phoenix, we've got Kip Sabian, we've got Trent, we've got Chuck, the best friends. We've got Tony Nese, Ari Daivari, Big Bill, Lee Moriarty, Commander, Bandito, The Butcher, The Blade. That sounds about 21. So to be completely honest, I think Orange Cassidy should win. And I was thinking about this too. Orange Cassidy is now on a 23-match streak, right? Of defending his international championship. I think it's been an incredible run. As I keep telling you, and I'm going to keep telling you, I think Orange Cassidy is one of the best wrestlers on the planet right now. And people get mad when I say that. And it just means I'm going to double down and say it again. Because I'm a fan of Chaos, I'm a fan of Carnage. But I don't think he should lose his title. I mean, you could argue it both ways. You could say yes, but if somebody else wins this Battle Royal, you can beat Orange Cassidy without pinning him. But I think sometimes the simplest stories are the best. And you want someone to take advantage of his injured hand. You want someone to take advantage of his injured back. He had that strap on the other day. Shouldn't have said that. That's going to set off the comments. So I think he should probably win this. And there's probably a story in there we can tell. Again, we'll do something with Keith Lee. We'll do something with Swerve Strickland. We'll do something with Ricky Starks and Juice Robinson. Ricky Starks better get a friend in this Battle Royal too, because that's what he needs. But I'm going to bet, gamble, funny, on Orange Cassidy. It doesn't feel like the time. He's super over. He's super popular. I love him. I think he should win this. And then we shall move on to Ethan Page and the Guns, taking on the Hardys. And now Hook. That may be a spoiler. Sorry, I may have just spoiled Rampage for you, but that's just the way of the YouTube world. I like this match because there's a lot of matches on Double or Nothing. We know how AEW likes to run pay-per-views. It's probably going to be 4.5 hours long, which is totally cool as long as you break it up a little bit and as long as you pace it out. Now, when I look at this, I kind of think to myself, well, the Hardy Boys are only just back together and they're getting mega pops, but it feels weird to me to make the Guns and Ethan Page trios and then they lose instantly. But I'm still going to go for the Hardy Boys and Hook, mostly because I do not think Hook has lost yet. And if he doesn't get pinned, it would still count as an L on his record. But also, I was there for Matt and Jeff coming out. It's 2023. They're crazy over. They get mad reactions. You're going to have to imagine they're going to go on another tag team run. And also, the story is better, right? If they do win, Matt Hardy owns Ethan Page's ass. That's what he said on Rampage, but also his contract. I don't really know what it means when you own somebody's contract. But they've been doing this story for so long. It started on Dark. More power to them. I really love these two. So, yeah, I think I would allow. That's right. I'm the king. I would have the Hardy Boys and Hook win. And let's just make sure it's really, really fun. And let's sure it doesn't have to be super long, right? It can be. But, again, I think pacing of these shows is really, really good. We also have Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match. And of all the people, who is the special guest enforcer? Sabu. I said this the other day. Well, you haven't seen Rampage ups and downs yet. We could have gone through everyone. I would have bet that my mum would have been involved. I would have bet that my gran would have been involved before Sabu. And my gran is dead. So that's kind of the odds that we're talking here. That's another gambling reference. I'm going to stop making them. I didn't even mean to. I have a feeling that when MJF is done with his 4 Pillars program, which we'll talk about in just 1 second, Adam Cole is his next challenger, right? It's kind of interesting because Chris Jericho did lose to Roderick Strong. And it's rare for Chris Jericho to lose that many matches, as he shouldn't. He's still Chris Jericho. You want to keep that aura alive. But Adam Cole right now, to me, feels like he's on the pathway to become AEW's top babyface. So the last thing you want to do is take away any of that momentum. Unless you have a 3-match program planned. But I think you need to do that with this. I think Adam Cole should be running through people. He should be beating people. I think the match itself is going to be awesome. They do have a small challenge in the sense we also have Anarchy in the arena. And John Moxley promised so much blood and even said it was going to be bloodier than last year's. You're going to have to be smart with it. But who's smarter than Chris Jericho, right? He knows how to put a match together. Adam Cole, again, one of the best wrestlers in the world. I'm going to say that Adam Cole wins. I'm going to say Sabu does something with the table. Roderick Strong will get involved. Jericho Appreciation Society will get involved. Jake Hagar is definitely getting flubbed up by Sabu. That is my big speculation. That's going to happen. Let me just enjoy this glorious breeze for 1 second. That changed my life. I'm a new man. But I think Adam Cole has to win this. And again, even if Jericho does, there's so many outside shenanigans you can do. It will probably be okay. But for as far as I'm concerned, heading into Full Gear at the end of the year, it should be Adam Cole versus MJF. So I'm going with Adam Cole. I hope that it happens. We also have Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. Now, this is an interesting one. I'm pretty sure this is 60-0. I think we've done 50-0, right? I'm pretty sure it's 60-0 for Jade Cargill. So you could argue that's kind of a big deal. I think Taya Valkyrie needs to win the TBS Championship. Now, if we just jump forward a little bit, Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm is off. Unless something has changed that I don't know. But as far as I'm aware, it is off. Because Jamie Hayter has suffered a very real injury, so I hope she's okay. We send positive thoughts to her. I wouldn't mind it now. I would have said Taya Valkyrie should have won this before everything I'm about to say. But that's a boring prediction, right? Who wants to do that? Let's have some fun. Let's go out there. Let's pretend we've done a bunch of drugs. I think we should come up with something where we unite the Women's Championship and the TBS Championship and maybe make Jade Cargill the Super Mega Double Champion, even though it would be a singles belt. But then make sure we have a plan to beat her before the end of the year, because I think she needs to be defeated right now. Sometimes an undefeated streak can actually work against you because it just goes on too long. Like, it's the same with Goldberg. That's why WCW always felt they needed to build Goldberg. They actually got that one wrong. There's always an exception to the rule. But that's what I would do. Now, again, that's proper pie in the sky stuff. I don't actually think they are going to do that. But that match is off. But because that match is off, and because I've got this weird feeling, I'm actually going to go for Jade Cargill. Although for ages I was saying Taya Valkyrie should win. The only problem with Taya Valkyrie losing is where does she go from here, right? That's 2 losses to Jade. Kind of been run through a little bit. I mean, she'll be fine. She's talented and she's got experience. It's an interesting match. And again, it doesn't need to go longer than 5 minutes. We can have a lot of fun with this, but I'm going to go for Jade. I want to get predictions right this time. I never ever get it right. We'll do Anarchy in the Arena in a minute. I'm just going through the list here. We've done the Battle Royal. So we've got Wardlow versus Christian in the ladder match for the TNT title. Now, there is no way that Wardlow can lose this. I understand that you can actually hot potato the TNT title. That's the whole point. It's a TV championship. But Wardlow only just won it back. We already kind of hot potatoed it from Wardlow to Powerhouse Hobbs back to Wardlow. And the whole point now should be trying to get Wardlow back to where he was around about a year ago. It was a year ago when he beat MJF, wasn't it, on Double or Nothing? Yeah. So it should be time to pull that trigger again. And look, Christian is some kind of wrestling savant. I don't think we needed the ladder match stipulation, but I get it. It's a pay-per-view. We're trying to sell tickets. We're trying to garner interest from as many fans as possible. So this is more of a wait and see, I think. What can Christian do with Wardlow to make him feel like a bigger star, which is what we should be trying to do. So even though Luchasaurus is on the outside, I don't think it's going to matter. I think we can absolutely do Wardlow versus Luchasaurus as a TV program coming out after this. I'd be a big fan of that because I love both those guys. But Wardlow has to win this, and beating Christian in a match that is synonymous with Mr. Cage, I think does a lot for Wardlow, especially if we come up with some amazing spots. Again, they're going to have their work cut out for them because we have so many crazy matches on this show. If you're going, as the What Culture crew are, we'll see you down there, and you don't like spots, don't go. That would be right. Sell your ticket to somebody else. We also have FTR versus Jay Lethal with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus FTR for the AEW Tag Team titles. I'm so sure about this one. Obviously, FTR have to win. We're about to go on a big storyline with them. However, this is actually my most anticipated match on the card. What a world we now absolutely live in. Jeff Jarrett has come in and he totally understands his role. He's totally brilliant. He doesn't mind losing. Jay Lethal is great. FTR are one of the best tag teams you're likely to see. Let them have a bunch of fun. Let Mark Briscoe get involved. Everyone loves Mark Briscoe. This should just be pure entertainment. And if you want to let them go 42.5 minutes, let them go 42.5 minutes. Everybody else can cut stuff out of their match, all right? But FTR will retain. And I think we've only have 2 matches left. I didn't go in the order I had it written down, which makes me an idiot. But no, we've got the 4 Pillars match, and we've got the Anarchy in the Arena match. So the 4 Pillars match, I think, is kind of obvious. MJF is going to win. I mentioned it the other day. I think Jack Perry should turn heel and actually align himself with MJF. I think that's a nice little twist for him. Given that he is young and he's still getting that experience, I think making sure that you're a good babyface and you're a good bad guy is only going to help you. And it's something different and it's something interesting. I think if MJF just wins and we come out the other side, Darby Allin's got his following. Sammy Guevara is kind of in between things at the moment, but I don't want Jungle Boy to be forgotten about. Not saying that he would, but I think if we make him a focal point of the match, even though Maxwell wins, he retains his championship, probably goes on to fight Adam Cole, I think it's really cool that Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, would still be in that mix. And again, as we're quite clearly trying to move away from the Jungle Boy thing, and because MJF the whole time has been saying, you're not a star, you're not the big one, you need to change your ways, wouldn't it be great if he corrupted Jack Perry's mind, especially because he cut that promo saying, when I leave Double or Nothing, I don't want to be sad anymore. 2 years ago I was sad, last year I was sad, I didn't know how my life was going to change, this time I want it to change for the better. Now we presume that means AEW World Champion, but it's wrestling, we can have some fun. So again, my crazy prediction is MJF wins, but Jack Perry doesn't necessarily help him win the match, but he does something when you're like, you son of a gun, and then we can have some fun with him. Which brings us to Anarchy in the arena, the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite, right? That's who they fucking remember they're facing. Versus the Elite. I don't even know what you do here. If it's even more crazy than it was last year, it's got to be an 18 rating. I think it has to close the show because I don't think anything's going to be able to top it. I'm really excited to see it live. It's one of those stipulations. I don't know how it translates to when you are in the building. But look how many top-tier talent is in there. Hangman Adam Page, absolutely brilliant. The Young Bucks, one of the best tag teams ever. Kenny Omega, one of the best wrestlers ever. Bryan Danielson, could be the best wrestler ever. John Moxley on fire right now, always on fire. Wheeler Yuta, brilliant. Claudio Castagnoli, most underrated guy in the world. They're going to come up with ideas. They're going to kill each other. How the hell do we end it? I don't know. I don't know. Does Punk get involved? You may laugh at that. Maybe they're secretly friends and we don't know anymore. I'm just throwing out everything in case they get it right. Always throw out stuff just in case you get it right. My gut tells me if Maxwell is going to retain Maxwell, like I know him, if MJF is going to retain the belt, I think you want to send people, I'm happy. I'm going to say the Elite wins, especially because Hangman Adam Page has just rejoined with them. But this isn't done. Something else big is going to come out the other side. Maybe we probably will get to the singles match at Wembley, where we do something like Hangman versus Moxley again, which makes sense. But we do Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega Part 2, which people have wanted for ages as well. So I'm going to go with the Elite. Not confident on that one. I think it can go either way, and actually it doesn't matter which way it goes. But obviously the most important thing to do is for you to leave a comment, and also look on the screen right now. You will see a video for Night of Champions predictions, which of course is this Saturday. So make sure you check out my thoughts live here from Vegas, again as always. Then you can like the video, share the video, and you can subscribe. Go to whatculture.com. Check out all our articles. We'll keep you up to date about the wrestling world. And we're on Instagram, Simon316, What Culture WWE, Twitter, social media. Come say hello properly. And I think that's it. I think right now I need to go in the shade. I need to protect this bald head of mine. People keep saying in the comments, Simon, wear a hat. I am wearing sun cream. I'm not a moron. It's too hot to wear a hat, man. I need to keep as cool as possible. And again, because I have a bald head, I can emit heat from the top of my skull. You didn't need to know that, but you shouldn't have watched till the end of the video, should you? That's what happens here. Also, always watch the end of the video. YouTube likes that. Goodbye.